got a couple tablespoons of vegetable oil. You want something that will not impart a lot of flavor. You know, like a coconut oil or olive oil will add a different flavor to things. We're trying to keep this, you know, kind of original. You know, we've got a tiny bit of, I got tongue-tied there for a second, but cumin seeds are what we call jeera seeds. And this is totally optional. The original recipe I shared way back in 2009, I believe, didn't have cumin seeds. So I'm just gonna have my heat now on a medium low and let that cumin seed or jeera seed toast a little bit. And as that starts coming up to temperature, I've got a whole bunch of garlic here that I just smashed because I love garlic in this. And you know, if you wanted to add more garlic, you'll rock more garlic. The printable recipe, the original recipe, is available on CaribbeanPot.com. And this updated version will also be posted on there within the next few days. I'm going to turn my heat down all the way down to low because I don't want to burn the garlic, but I want to flavor that oil with the garlic and the cumin seeds. As that fun happens in the pot there, I want to show you something. This is the Pommecythere or June plum. This is a terrible version of it. And the reason why I say terrible, you see all these spots that you're seeing there? You want something that's fully green, a dark green or a light green, that's fine, but it has to be green. This is starting to go bad, and to be honest with you, I found it on the clearance aisle marked down at the grocery store. So I grabbed them and I brought them home because one of the things I like doing when I make Pommecythere Talkari is to peel it. So once I peel this, all of those blemishes will be gone, and I'll show you in a second. The reason why I like to peel it, I find that the skin has a bitter aftertaste, and I really don't appreciate that taste at all. One quick tip, you see that sort of sap that you're seeing there? And here, this sap here, that is very sticky and potentially can stain your clothes as well. So be mindful, wear gloves when you're peeling it. And this is it all peeled. There is 10 of them in here. I peeled it and I cut them into quarters, so nice big pieces here. This is supposed to be spicy. So rather than Scotch bonnet pepper, I don't have any. What I do have is some wiri peppers that's been in the fridge there. Well, it's been in the freezer, to be honest with you. That's why you see the bit of water there. And if you wanted to remove the stems, you can pop the stems off like so, because the stem is really adding any dynamic to things. I was just a little bit too lazy there to pop them out. So all we're gonna do now is hit that another quick stir, and what I'm gonna do is pop them. They were in the freezer, so once they thaw out, I'm just gonna pop them to release the beast. This is supposed to be spicy, but you can make it as spicy as you like. As you know, at the end of the day, you're the one, you and your family who will be eating this, so you know the limitations. Yeah. And you're starting to see little dark edges or little golden edges on the garlic. So this is where now I'm going to go in with my anchar masala. Just going to move that around. You may want to vent your kitchen, turn the fan on over your stove, because once we broke the peppers here, those wiri peppers, we call it coffee pepper in Trinidad and Tobago. Yes, we have this in Trinidad and Tobago. I know my GT family, they're always thinking it's theirs and theirs alone, but yeah man, we have it there too. Anyhow, we are trying to cause no bacchanal. We're just going to toast that off on that low heat there, just to pull out the flavors of that anchar masala. You can find anchar masala online or visit, it's a good reason to visit your favorite Caribbean store. Yeah, the goal is not to burn the anchar masala, so keep an eye on things. You don't want that to burn. So now all we're going to do is mix that to coat it with all that lovely anchar masala, the garlic. If you wanted to put some onion in here, you can rub some onion. Onion is not traditional to the recipe, but over the years people have added onion to it. Yeah, we need water. Now, traditionally, what they would do is pre-boil or pre-cook the Pommecythere or June plum before doing the step that we went through here. But what I like doing, since I removed the skin from it, what's going to happen is that bitter aftertaste is not going to be in here anymore. So I really want to concentrate all the flavors in here, because I find when you boil it and you toss the water out, a lot of the flavor from the pommecythere tends to go down, you sink down, you drain. At this point, we need salt. Yeah. We also need a sweet element. So it's a delicate balance between spicy and sweet. In my humble opinion, if you don't have those two elements, you're not doing it correctly. It won't take long to come up to a boil. Just gonna hit that a stir. And what we're gonna do is reduce it to a simmer and let it cook until everything is tender and starts falling apart. Later on, I will share with you how to customize it to your own liking. But for now, we're just gonna bring that to a simmer. It's been going for an hour and 10 minutes. In total, I've put 2.5 cups of water. Typically, when we would do this in the Caribbean, by now, this would have already started to fall apart and break down. For some reason, this variety that I got here out of the Asian market, it is fully tender, but it's not breaking down. But small thing, because I prefer it like this into nice big whole pieces. This is fully cooked. It is nice and tender. Yours, by this point, if you're using it fresh off the trees in the Caribbean, it would have started to fall apart already. The personalizations that you're going to go through in the process here now, a few things. One, you can cook this dry, burn off all that liquid there, and that is what I'm going to do. I'm going to burn off most, if not all, of that liquid. So I'm going to keep the lid off, and as you can notice, I crank up the heat a little bit there. Taste it for salt. If you find it's a bit tart, add a bit more salt. If you find it's overly tart, add a bit more brown sugar. If you wanted to add more, and you know, I used the wiri peppers in here. If you wanted, you can use habanero, jalapeno, Scotch bonnet. You know, Scotch bonnet is the choice for this, but I don't have any, so this is the reason I used the wiri peppers from my garden, which was in the freezer over the winter. So those are the sort of personalizations you'll go through near the end here. Sup, soldiers? Listen, if you enjoy this recipe, I'd really appreciate it if you hit subscribe and click that bell notification thing. If you've made the recipe, take a picture and send it to me. Email address down here. I mean, trying to tell people the email address, them butts will take the address and do all kind of thing with it. And tag me on Instagram at Caribbean Pod. I really appreciate you guys, and thanks for being in my kitchen with me today. Irie. And you'll notice as that liquid burns off there, it's starting to get thicker. The natural sugars along with the brown sugar that we added in there is going to start to caramelize. The entire scent in the kitchen will change. So by burning off that liquid, it does help to intensify the overall flavor of this Pommecythere Talkari. Uncle Chris here saying, I hope you guys get the opportunity to give this one a try. Yeah, I preferred it if it fell apart just a little bit more, but so be it. Sometimes, you know, the ingredients you use, while they may seem as the same stuff you get in the Caribbean, sometimes it just isn't. I'm gonna burn it off a little bit more. And yo, you're wondering what is this? Yo, this is a snack for me, but a lot of people like having this with their curry dishes. So if you're vegan, vegetarian, whatever it is, and you're rocking a little bhaji or a little curry potato or whatever it is, this is a nice little side condiment with the sweet. Remember I told, as we mentioned, we have the sweetness plus we have the heat from the wiri peppers. So it's a nice delicate balance of those flavors. And you notice the more I burn off the liquid, I don't know if you guys saw that, it's starting to fall apart now. Chris here, CaribbeanPod.com. Always a pleasure having you guys here in the kitchen with me. Irie. What's up, soldiers? Don't forget to click subscribe. If you've already clicked subscribe, hit that bell notification thing. I want to all you missing out on the new videos, man. Come on, click.